So let's have a little chat, shall we? Let's have a little occult chat. This is your host, The Occult View. I was going to make a video the other day, but I changed my mind. I decided not to. I forgot what I was even talking about in that video, but I changed my mind. I really don't even have a topic today, really, so I'm just on here rambling, getting used to my new surroundings. Um, the only thing that I love my condo. I love my condo. But the only thing that really annoys me about living around other people is the fact that people are so inconsiderate wherever you go. People are so inconsiderate. Now, the people that live above me, I believe it's a black family. No issue with that, of course. But why is it that when people walk, why is it that they have to walk like they're trying to come through the fucking ceiling? I'm just ranting about things that get on my nerves a little bit. You know what I mean? I don't even walk like that, and I'm a big guy. I walk very soft and I walk very light. But these people above me and even where I used to live at, people would walk like they didn't know how to walk. Like they're making noise now. I mean, they act like there are not people that live under them and around them. Because I can assure you, when you live next door to someone, you can, if you walk really hard like King Kong and Godzilla, because that's how they walk, when you walk like that, I'm certain that your next door neighbor can hear you too. It's just the inconsideration for me. That it's just being inconsiderate. You know that there are people that live beneath you and you're making all this noise. You know what I'm saying? Just inconsideration. Even if they're not doing it intentionally or to be malicious. People are just not mindful that there are people that live around you. So you need to be mindful of that. But people are not. They just don't give a fuck. And if I report them to the HOA, the homeowners association, if I report them to the HOA or go to one of my HOA meetings and I say something about that, then I would be wrong. Because anywhere you live, when you're living in any type of, I'm going to say, structure that's not separated from other people, you are supposed or you're not supposed to infringe on that person's right to peace and quiet and enjoyment. You're not supposed to do that. And I understand people are going to walk and I understand people are going to make noise. I get that when you live in an apartment, condos type of setting. I get that. But it's just the inconsiderate behavior for me. But we live in a culture. This is the culture that we live in. We live in a culture of inconsiderate people. People that don't care, they're inconsiderate. They have no regards for how their behaviors may affect other people. They don't. Now, the condo that I live in, the elevator's not working. When I moved into this condo, me and my boyfriend, we had to move ourselves up the steps with our belongings. And I have a the type of bed that I have is an adjustable base. You know, one of those fancy adjustable base beds that moves. I have one of those types of beds. Okay? It and we had to take that up the steps. And the management company that oversees the condo, they're being very blasé about it. Well, elevators are luxuries. It's not a fucking luxury. No, it's not. What the fuck you mean it's a luxury? And even if it is a luxury, don't not just me, but don't we all deserve a little luxury? We all deserve a little luxury. I mean, come on. It would be a luxury if the elevator did not come with the building when it was built. But this building was built in 2006, and it was built with the fucking elevator. So what is this bitch talking about? It's a luxury. The manager, she's a black woman. The fuck is she talking about? Like, bitch, where you get that shit from? So I've been coordinating, and they have still not hooked up my buzzer where I can buzz people in the condo. Now, if I want to get in, I can use my physical key or I can press a code on the phone keypad and it'll open up the door automatically downstairs to enter into the building. But it's just that inconsiderate, reckless mindset that we're living in this culture now. This is only a minuscule, this is only a small fraction of what people have to go through on a global level. You want to tell people You want to tell people, because I pay good money to stay here. I pay good money for this condo. I pay good money, okay? That comes out of my pocket. I have to pay all of the utilities, gas, water, electric, all that's on me. The mortgage, whatever you want to call it, that's on me. So you're not going to tell me that the elevator is luxury. I pay for that motherfucking luxury, bitch. The fuck is wrong with you? I'm sorry, y'all, but that's just a little rant. And then, well, I'm not gonna touch on that. I'm not gonna touch on that. I really don't have too much to talk about in reference to what's going on in the world. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why. You can be vigilant. You can have discernment. You can have wisdom. All of those things are good. Discernment, wisdom, intuition, they all interact with each other, right? You can have all of those things. But how can I put this? Look, y'all, wait a minute. I have an ice maker, but I'm the only one who seems to fill up the ice. I'm the only one who seems to have the capability when the ice tray gets empty. I'm the only one in the household that seems to be concerned with keeping the ice tray full. And all it takes you doing is pulling down the lever to make ice. But I'm the only one who seems to know how to do that. Everybody else eats ice, but they don't want to. Child, don't even get me started on that. So anyway, you can have discernment. People are interesting, aren't they? You can have discernment. You can have wisdom. You can have intuition, and you can be vigilant, and you can be concerned about, you know, what's going on in the world and what's going on around you. You know what I mean? We're all concerned about the future of our country, the future of our world, and just our own individual futures, in conjunction with that. But one thing that I am not going to do, and I was having a conversation with an elder yesterday about this, one thing that I'm not going to do, I am not going to allow Trump, I'm not going to allow the Democrats, I'm not going to allow the Republicans, I'm not going to allow Elon Musk, I'm not going to allow anybody to live rent free in my mind because I am my own liberator. None of those people can liberate me. None of those people can help me. I have manifested a life for self. They did not help me. I am a self creator. I am a creative being of the universe, guided by the Spirit, the divine Spirit. I am not worried about a Donald Trump. I am not worried about a Democratic Party. They cannot save black people. I am not worried about an Elon Musk. I'm not impressed. I'm just not. I'm not impressed. He can be a trillionaire, but I'm not impressed. And this is not hatred or anything like that, but I see a sequence of behavioral patterns. And as an occultist, I have to examine that. So here's what I'm talking about. I remember, and see, people have to really understand something. You know who really got Donald Trump elected as president? You know who really got him the attention that he wanted? Because see, they all seem it seems like all of them work together. And that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. That's on them. I'm not in a cult. So I'm not interested in what people do in cults. I'm an occultist. There's a difference. And people have not peeped this. Last night, Spirit told me, go back and look and see. I didn't have anything to talk about, but see, something always comes up, doesn't it? Last night, I went back and I was looking at old clips of The View. And I went back to the infamous genesis or the origin of the feud between Rosie O'Donnell and Donald Trump. You know, when she took her hair and she took her hand and brushed it over to the side of her face and was imitating him during the Miss America pageant or whatever the case may be. When she did that, when Rosie O'Donnell, when she did that, hear me out now. When she did that, and I'm looking at the numerical, the symbology of the numbers and all of that. When she did that, that was in 2006. 10 years later, the number 10, which represents the beginning, the end, the alpha, the omega, when she did that, that opened up the pathway for Donald Trump to be elected as president. And I know y'all thinking that I'm crazy by saying that, but when she did that, that gave him publicity. It gave him a house. It made him a even bigger household name. The View, the very same people that dislike him now, The View is responsible for getting Donald Trump elected to the presidency of the United States. They kept talking about him. They kept giving him publicity because you know what they say in Hollywood, any publicity is good in Hollywood. Bad publicity is good. Good publicity is good. Because Hollywood, because they understand the occult in some ways, they understand polarity and how what's good is bad and what's bad is good. You feel what I'm saying? Well, let me break it down. Sometimes good publicity is good, but you're not getting the numbers or the attention that you should be getting because it's nothing to talk about. But when you get bad publicity, people are always in line to see a good train wreck. You feel what I'm saying? When Rosie O'Donnell got into that feud, thank you, Rosie. When Rosie O'Donnell when she got into that feud with Donald Trump, she opened up the gateway to get him elected. Because remember, she's an Aries. She's an Aries. Okay? She's an Aries, so she can open up the gates. And she opened up the gate and she gave him the key to start gaining more and more attraction and attention, and people started loving him. Before that incident with her and Donald Trump going back and forth, which ultimately ended her friendship with Elizabeth Hasselbeck, it ended her career on The View. It caused a rift between her and Barbara Walters. And then ultimately, it started having an effect even in her personal life. Her wife and her divorced. Then I believe, did the wife pass away? I don't want to put that out there, but didn't she? You see how she allowed that to infect her life? And that's what a lot of people have been doing as it pertains to Donald Trump. He's fine. His life is fine. His children are successful. He has been reelected as the president. And this is not about supporting Trump or being against him, but I'm making the point. How many more years are you all going to spend obsessing and worrying about Donald Trump? See, it's a big game. It's a big game. Focus on the illusion of Trump. Focus on that illusion and that distraction because he's a distraction. Just like Elon Musk is a distraction, they're antichrist. They're distractions that distracts you from your real spirit. We can acknowledge what's going on in the world. We can speak on what may be going on that may have an effect on our reality at some point. But what I was going to say ultimately, I said all that to say this. What I was going to say ultimately is this: I may be in the world, but I'm not of this world. So the concerns, I was talking to my aunt today, oh, Trump and the farmers, we're not going to have food, and this is going to happen. Let me tell you something. I'm going to always have food on my table. Spirit will always provide for me. I am never going to go down that dark trajectory. Things may not be easy, but I'm going to always, one thing for certain, I am going to always have food on my table, and I'm going to always be protected, and I'm going to always be able to survive no matter what, because I'm built like that. And so are you. This is not about hating anyone. It's about taking your power back and taking back your attention and your energy because so many people, I want to say in the past 20 years, with the advent of social media, so many people have given their power, they've given their vibration, they've given their frequencies, they've given their soul, they've given their spirit, they've given their essence to people who don't even deserve it. Giving Donald Trump bad energy is like giving him good energy. I choose not to give him any energy at all. Not because I hate him, but because I care more about me than I do any of them. And that is where people really should be in their spiritual journey. You have to love yourself enough not to care what they are doing. You can observe, you can protect yourself, but to totally get lost in that world is a detriment to your spiritual growth and a detriment to your spiritual journey. This has been going on for years. This has been going on for years and years and years. This has been going on for years with Donald Trump. And The View, you opened up the gateway for it. You got him in office the first time, and you got him in office the second time. He used your platform without even being on there. That's a powerful motherfucking wizard. I gotta give it to him. That's a powerful wizard. He used his own enemies to get what he wanted. That's some powerful motherfucking spell work. And you can't be mad at him for that. So I choose not to contribute my energy or frequency and vibration to any of that. I don't even watch TV that much anymore. I'm too busy in meditation, trying to, adjust my vibration and frequency. You know what I'm saying? There's some things going on within my vibration and frequency that I need to adjust. So I don't have time for the world. I can talk about the world, I can observe the world, and I can protect myself from the world, but I don't have time to be mixed up in the world. I have too much going on in my own individual reality and world. And I've created a beautiful, beautiful reality for myself. I'm in a peaceful environment for the most part. It's safe, it's quiet, it's beautiful. I consider it luxury. I consider having an ice maker luxury, even though some people may not consider that. I'm Johnny come lately, That's okay. I'll take that. But I'm no longer giving my energy and my vibration to things that don't serve me. Donald Trump does not serve me. No, none of these people that they keep putting in front of us, none of them serve me, and they don't serve a purpose for me. So that's really all I wanted to come through and say. I haven't posted in a minute. I just wanted to come through and really say that. The world is going to keep worlding, you know, but I'm not worried about food. I'm not worried about all this fear mongering. I'm not worried about all of this, henny penny, the sky's falling, there's a crack in the rainbow. I'm not. I'm not worried about that because ultimately, whatever's going to happen, it's going to happen. And if it is the divine spirit's will that certain things unfold and take place, there's nothing anybody can do to stop it. The only thing that you can do is manipulate your reality around you and adjust to whatever changes may be coming down the pipeline. Have no fear is my motto in 2025. Have no fear. And they want to pump a lot of fear into the subconscious, or rather, they want to program a lot of fear into the subconscious of masses of people. Every generation, decades ago when I was young, they were talking about, oh, the end of the world is coming, beloved. It's time to go. It's the end of the world. Jesus coming back. God is coming to destroy the earth. Oh, the rise of the Antichrist. He's coming. Shit, seems like Christians care more about the Antichrist than they do their God. Maybe because, maybe because Maybe because that is your God, the desolate one. Maybe that is your real God. Because isn't God the one that allows the Antichrist, the desolate one, the one that brings destruction to the world? Isn't God the one that allows that entity to run amok according to your scriptures? Thought so. And I don't give a fuck who that offends. I don't give a fuck. But they have been here lately. They have been trying to program a lot of people with fear. Oh, you all better get right. Oh, you better get right. What's the difference? Listen. I was living back then, 25 years ago. It's the same shit, just a different day. I was living 30 years ago. Same shit, just a different day. Fear mongering, programming the subconscious. Only back during the 90s, it was about the AIDS epidemic, the crack epidemic, and the political monster during that time was Bill Clinton, Newt Gingrich, George Bush, Ronald Reagan in the 80s. So, anyway, that's all I have to say.